Welcome, welcome, welcome. Absolutely. I want to share that, yes, indeed, this is Monday, September 8th of 2025, and this is GoDaWork Wisdom and Wonders. And we're just going to get started. Of course, I have planned so much more, but we're going to make this quick introduction. Just knowing that I have plenty of commercials to create and to share with you, but I would like for you all to know that there are a plethora of novice people out there that want to create a book, that have shared that they want to create a book, and there's so much to it. But at the same time, I want to help you to make it fun, simplify it, give you so much information and ideas. And of course, yes, I would love for you to purchase books at the Made in Compton store. There are a plethora of authors that they are really just combing through the whole gambit of sharing their information. They're participating in pop-up shops. They're going out of town. They're collaborating with other authors and so much more. So just know that if you are an author or somebody that would like to become an author, or you're a novice author, or even a seasoned author, and you're looking for a platform to share your information, to build a team with, if you will, because you need some people to help you. It is definitely writing is individual and it could be collaborative and so forth, but it's something about other people edifying your books for you and helping you along the way, especially if this you have your first book. Okay, that's what I would really love to help people with. Okay, so if it's I mean, I want to help you with so many different things, because it's such a great joy for me to talk about literature. It's just wonderful. So I just want to get started right away with something from back in the day, because it's just not my first rodeo working toward sharing. People texting me right now, sharing information about becoming an author. So let me share my screen here, and it's an older video. So just so you know, all right. So it's still working on previewing the book. Mm-hmm. Absolutely. That's what will happen in different times. Yes, when you are working on a book. So you're learning patience when you upload a book. For right about after this, but if I wasn't recording this, absolutely. And I believe there's another. Absolutely. I think I shared another one. So let me queue up another one as I share with you all. There, it's called Loom. If you haven't used it before, it's loom.com, and they'll allow you to share up to 25 videos on the free account. All right, so let me get that there for you. StreamYard, share that to you with you. Awesome. Patience you will learn as an author, for sure. All right. Okay, I'm gonna turn it over to work. All right, we're gonna upload a book here. Be a good example. Same time, using the loom for the first time over here. I had already set that series information there. It says optional, but I'm gonna put it here anyway. I have this pre-ready. I'm gonna copy and paste.
own the right, the copyright. Use the hashtags that I've already decided upon. The categories I've already decided upon as well. This is a video you can go back and look at. You know, most of the time it's just, you don't need talking. You just need somebody to show. I'm already using the template. And then I have a list of words here. Sorry, I'm just trying to make sure we get this done within this 5 minutes, because I'm going to be using 2 and 3 tabs after this. I'm on a mission to try to get this done. 99 books completed by today. So yesterday and today. So sometimes you can wait, or you can upload the book, the file again, so it can go a little faster. You always want to see save successful. As soon as that comes up, then you click on the launch and cover creator. And I've already decided which cover I'm going to use, where it's located. Industry. And it's the same process over and over again. And I just showed that I'm going to use the same information for the description of the book here on the back cover. And then I'm going to put about the author next to my picture. So just copy and paste that information as well. Save it. And then I click here on the spine because I know this book has less than 100 pages. Just trying to get the computer to go a little bit faster with validating this book cover. Sometimes it'll tell you or remind you again that you have less than 100 pages. So there will not be any words on the spine. Okay, we're down to 25 seconds. Save and submit. And then you'll see this information here. And you have to launch the previewer. So, and this is like where they say where the magic happens.
Absolutely. With that in mind, just know that was 5 years ago, and now they say that you must have at least 100 pages, and that's doable, especially when you can utilize Chat GPT. And if you don't want to, that's fine too, but just know that it is okay with Amazon.com, and that site again is called kdp.amazon.com. If this is the first time that I shared that, let me create that here. kdp.amazon.com, and that is right there, kdp.amazon.com, where you will start your account right there. Now, I'm not really certain why that background is not there, but yes, there will be a various amount of information displayed here. Just wanted to get some information out there for you, and just know that technically people that don't want to ask questions directly, I mean, for one reason or another, sometimes technical difficulty takes place. So I just want to share that immediately on this first podcast as such. Know that in the future, yes, indeed. I think I'm going to be able to share that. Absolutely. The Made in Compton Store. If you have not been to the Made in Compton Store, please note that it is located 906 South Willowbrook Avenue, Compton, California. And you can get more information there. Here's the address there, scrolling at the bottom. And no, I don't get paid at kdp.amazon.com, but yes, I do at the Made in Compton store. So please note that yes, we would like to have your book sold there too. Yes, please just give a call. Technically, you can actually come to the store, bring 5 books, and let's have a conversation. And at the same time, I want to see if maybe I can change this format here and put another banner, maybe that'll make it okay. But because I know of, trials and challenges when you're trying to do such a good thing, and some entities or rather uh, challenge you and everything. So please note that this is on Mondays, and I may try a different platform. But it's on Facebook. I'm sharing it to Facebook. There will be clips on Instagram, and there will be workshops, newsletters, blogs. Uh, and you just to stay tuned. You can go to. I'm going to share that screen here. It is. I have a plenty of plethora of sites. I know some people say, "Where are you these days?" So that's what I want to share with you right now. I can actually put this here in the underbid as well, so you can go there directly. But I'm gonna just share my screen really quick so you can see. Absolutely. Let me try that again. There you are. All right. So the backgrounds may not work, but we can share a screen. And maybe they're just looking for something else. Sometimes the bots work. Um, I'm gonna just say sometimes the bots are at work and they're looking for you to be talking to somebody else because usually I do the podcast with guests and with the one and only owner of the Made in Compton store. So, but today, just know that you can actually subscribe to Go to Work and get more information. This is your first time, or you've written a couple books already, but sometimes it's just really neat to converse with somebody that has written a plethora of books and series, and it's just really neat. So this is what I'm sharing, and ultimately keeping it 100. I want to have other people that are authors as well to support each other, and that means whether it's just sharing that there's book placement available at the Made in Compton store, or somebody would like to have their book at the Made in Compton store, or you just looking for more information because it is your first time creating a book, or you just want more assistance with videos and public relations, networking, and you're an author. Okay, so just knowing that here's a landing page as well, and I'm coupling that with the Made in Compton store. So just to note that yes, this says go to work. That is my mantra: educator, entertainer, and entrepreneur. And yes, public relations at the Made in Compton store. And going back here, I just want to change the banner here and let you know there's a plethora of things that I can speak on. And one thing today, I want to talk about recall prompts. Like when you write a book and you're thinking about how do I start? Or, I want to remember some different things and so forth. You can just simply think about what happened first in the story that you envisioned, or what happened in the story that you maybe you even watch, because remember, there are scripts to movies, and maybe you have a different perspective, or you would have ended the story in a different way, or whether it's a movie or it's a book you read or play, or maybe you listen to some poetry and you forgot where did it start from. So these are just recall prompts, and I will create a blog about this after the podcast today. So just really quick, what happens first in the story is what you may want to think about, and what are some characteristics of your character or characters, or if it's about something that's stationary, what does it look like? So you're going to be focusing on a plethora of adjectives. I'm going to go on to think about how does the story end, and some people start with the end of the story in the beginning. And let me take this off here, kdp.amazon.com, and I will have more videos as well, like I said, and commercials. But just to note that I just want to share information with people here. So I want to take off this kdp.amazon.com. I just want to let people know that's where you can go to start your account if you are new and if you're just tuning in, okay? Outside of that, what are the different kinds of, maybe you talk about food, or you're talking about genres, or you're talking about different clothing, or whatever that may be, and you want to describe it. So that way, other people, if they're not able to see it, they can understand it, okay? Or they can make a connection, because remember, reading and writing is all about building a connection and rapport and so much more. It's therapeutic and everything. So those adjectives really mean something. The synonyms really mean something. Okay, just like some people say, well, they don't rhyme when they rap, but just like when you hear something repetitive and something that's consistent, when you're listening to something, it actually just holds the love of what you are listening to, the enjoyment. Okay, that's just one of those things for so many people. Okay, and for myself, I'm just sharing information. All right, so to help people, inspire people, motivate people to become authors or to stay at it, because it's something about that first book and nobody's bought the book yet or looked at the book yet. And it's just, oh my goodness, I've been there so many times about different things. One on this journey of being a serial author of over 500 books. So I'm here to share a plethora of information. Yes, that's one of my favorite words. So going on, a couple more things. Recall prompts. Tell us about the sequence of events in the story. Just like when you watch a movie, you say first this happened, and when you do remember, and then this happened, and then this happened, and then I'm like, oh my goodness, and then so and so, and I know they're a good actor, and you tell the story so wonderful. Well, then you watch the movie and you share how it ended, and you told us about the sequence of the events. Now, what about the sequence of the events of your story? Right? So those are just some things, and we'll talk about some skills, like how do you connect those dots, or connect, like you do storyboards. If you're a videographer, you use a storyboard, or you may use notes. There's a gambit of manners of ways which videographers create videos, but just knowing that there's a bunch of skills and strategies that I would like to share. All right. And there's a couple more recall prompts here. Retell the story for us. Okay. So absolutely. And when you retell the story, usually you do share your perspective, your comments, and your expressions. Just like we know that reading with expression is the highest skill. Okay. And reading with expression. And now the last recall prompt on this page is, what are the important, and it could be, what are the important details of maybe creating your favorite cake? But there are some prompts here that I'm going to share. And this is from a book by Elaine K. McEwan, and it's entitled Seven Strategies of Highly Effective Readers. All right, this is a book that is so great, using cognitive research to boost achievement. Although it's K through 8, but the strategies and skills is second to none for everyone, in my opinion, because it's so helpful. Because not a everybody doesn't remember everything. So, with that in mind, I do want to share with you all that on Instagram you can find me freestyling for the Made in Compton Book Club, and that's pretty fun and motivational. And that's just something I just want to share. So, it was like 20 minutes this first day, and I will have more information for you later. And please subscribe to or submit your email so that way I can stay in touch with you. And definitely, you can always stop by the Made in Compton store, and the address has been floating at the bottom there, so you can either purchase a book or you can support an author with giving feedback from a book that maybe you already purchased from the Made in Compton store. Absolutely. Shout out to Not Without Alonzo. We've been selling his book there, and knowing that if you don't know, he's the godfather of West Coast hip hop, and he has a plethora of information there, and lots of business, lots of examples, lots of stories. And he also has a podcast that's held on Tuesdays, and I want to be able to create a picture so that way you can go there. Absolutely. And there's just so many great things happening at the Made in Compton store in the book placement area. And please note, absolutely, I will be beside myself if I didn't mention The Game Ain't Safe. That is a book by the owner of the Made in Compton store. He also has another book called The Fitting Room. And just to note that one is very serious and one is highly imaginative, definitely supportive of character building for youth. And just you will enjoy it. If you like the Twilight Zone show from back in the day, you'll love the Fitting Room book too. Also, there's just a plethora of information. I just know I could talk for, it says 22 minutes now, but 22 hours possibly about all these books and different things. So I just want to keep it within, 15 to 20 minutes in the future. And we will, sometimes they get longer, and maybe I'll have a guest here and there, authors that come on the show. So and leave it open to that. And in the meantime, everybody, I want to tell you thank you very much for your time. And if it's a topic that you would like for me to speak on, and if you don't know, really quick, I've been a teacher for 23 years. And yeah, of course, I took off a couple of years. I've been working at the Made in Compton store, but I have a master's degree in education administration supervision. I've been sworn in by the state of California to work on a writing project where there were books put into the schools, and that they do this writing project every 5 years, shall we say. And that was a big deal. And I just really need to write a book about that experience too. That was pretty cool. You were there. You spent a whole work week there. Absolutely. And it's really neat. Outside of that, I have been an elected teacher for a student body, student council, and various schools, a standard-based coordinator. So just a lot of just adjunct duties outside of being a teacher. And I was spending a couple of years being a teacher for the teachers. And so I have a plethora of information. So if you know anybody that maybe having a child or children, students, classrooms, new teachers, what have you, struggling or challenged with literacy, by all means, please leave a comment, and I would love to address some of those things, share the wit that I have, and meaning that I love to share information that deals with education in a fun way too. I can create some different commercials or maybe mini lessons, and yeah. Absolutely. So, well, thank you so very much. Until next time, everybody, have a great, great time. Go to work. I have a new tagline. Absolutely. Discover the wisdom, embrace the wonders, support authors at the Made in Compton store. All right. Until next time, have a great, great time.